My name is Caitlin Leonard, and today I will be explaining the tests my client went through over the past few weeks, my client's goals, and the exercise prescription I created based on those goals. My client is 21 years old, weighing 149 pounds, and stands at a height of 5'5". For her cardiovascular testing, I used a bench step test and a mile walk test. These tests were chosen due to limitations in trained personnel and equipment for testing. My client's VO2 was calculated from these tests as 42, which puts her at a slight risk for cardiovascular related issues. She wants to work towards an above average VO2, and her overall goal is to increase her physical activity to eventually be able to run a 5K. I focused her 12-week aerobic exercise program on walking, jogging, and running, as these activities require little to no skill to perform, and she can work towards her goal of running a 5K. The duration and frequency throughout the phases were calculated based off ACSM's recommended output of 1,000 kilocalories per week and her prescribed intensity during each phase. Her VO2 is increased by 5% during each phase so as not to overload her body and to prevent injury. The initial phase of her program will last 2 weeks, and its primary goal is to get her and her body into the habit of exercising. During these 2 weeks, her goal is to walk 3.5 miles per hour, 5 times per week for 45 minutes. During this phase, her warm-up and cool-down will be 5 minutes of leisurely walking as well as stretching after the cool-down. I chose a low intensity for the first phase, so she will be working at a VO2 of 45%, which is just above her average. Phase 2, the improvement phase, will last a total of 8 weeks and has 3 levels of increasing intensity. During the entire 8 weeks, her warm-up and cool-down will be walking at a leisurely pace for 5 minutes with stretching after the cool-down. The first part of this phase will last 4 weeks to give her body time to transition from walking to jogging. She will jog at 4.5 miles per hour, 5 times per week for 45 minutes. Now working at a moderate intensity, her VO2 will be at 50%. The second part of the improvement phase will last 2 weeks. She will increase her jogging speed by 0.6 miles per hour to reach 5.1 miles per hour for 35 minutes 5 times per week, increasing her VO2 to 55%. The last part of her improvement phase will also last 2 weeks and increases her pace to 5.5 miles per hour for a total increase of 2 miles per hour from her initial phase. Maintaining her duration of 35 minutes 5 times per week, her VO2 will be increasing to 60%. Finally, the maintenance phase is the last 2 weeks of the program. During this phase, she will work to increase her VO2 and add variety to her runs to increase her endurance. The goal during this phase is to work at a minimum of 60% VO2, which is jogging at 5.5 miles per hour for 35 minutes. And she will also be working towards a 70% VO2, which is running at 7.8 miles per hour for 25 minutes. During this phase, her warm-up and cool-down will include walking at a brisk pace for 5 minutes and stretching after the cool-down. For muscular strength testing, the push-up test, partial curl-up test, and 60-second sit-up test were used because no special equipment is needed. Overall, my client is below average and lacks strength, especially in her arms. However, she is not currently at risk for strength-related issues. Her goal is to increase her resistance training with a focus on her arm strength. This program uses dumbbells, body weight, and medicine balls to increase strength in the major muscle groups, including arms, shoulders, abdomens, and legs. The equipment was chosen because she lacks lifting experience and wants to start small. The initial phase of this program will last 2 weeks and includes 6 moves: sumo squats, dumbbell curls, plank, assisted push-ups, lunges, and Russian twists. The dumbbell curls will be completed with 10-pound weights and the Russian twist with a 5-pound medicine ball. Each move will have 15 reps, except the lunges will be done 10 reps on each leg and the plank will be held for 30 seconds. These moves will be done 2 times each, resting 2 minutes between each set, with the goal of doing this 2 times per week. The improvement phase will last 8 weeks and focuses on increasing duration. She will do a total of 8 moves: sumo squats, lunges, dumbbell curls, assisted push-ups, chair dips, plank, Russian twist, and mountain climbers. The dumbbell curls will be completed with 10-pound weights and the Russian twist with a 5-pound medicine ball. She will do 15 reps for each move except lunges, which will be 10 reps on each leg, and plank, which will be held for 30 seconds. These moves will be done 3 times each, resting 2 minutes between each set, with the goal of completing this 3 times per week. Finally, the maintenance phase will focus on adding weight. The exercises are the same, but she will hold 5-pound weights during the sumo squats and lunges. Additionally, she will increase her dumbbell weight to 15 pounds and the medicine ball to 10 pounds. She will also increase her plank time to 45 seconds. She will continue doing 3 sets with a 2-minute rest between sets, with the goal of completing this 3 times per week. The flexibility of my client was assessed through the V-sit and reach test, as well as the skin distraction test. These tests were chosen due to ease of testing. She scored average or below average during these 2 tests. While not at risk for flexibility-related issues, we do want to increase her flexibility to prevent issues with aging. The flexibility program was created to increase my client's overall flexibility with a focus on improving the lower back and hamstrings. There are 12 stretches total: tricep stretch, bicep stretch, anterior shoulder stretch, upward facing dog, neck stretch, holding heel to butt, hurdler stretch, simple hamstring stretch, double knee to chest stretch, calf stretch 1, calf stretch 2, and the pigeon pose. Each stretch will be held for 15 seconds at mild discomfort and completed 3 times each, 2 to 3 times each week. I encourage her to complete these stretches after resistance training to meet the 2 to 3 times each week goal.